Hi and welcome to Chris Ryan Golf. We are at the Belfry, we're in the Telemed Performance Centre, and the video today is looking at how you should sequence your downswing for better golf shots. Just before we get into the video, if you would like to get in touch with me to make suggestions on some videos or maybe even to ask some questions, then please follow me on my social media platforms. The details should be down in the corner of the screen about now. You've got Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. You can catch me on any of those. It's just a good way for us to connect. It'd be really good if I could do some videos based on the content that you guys suggest. So if you would like me to do a video or anything you've got in mind, get in touch with me via one of those social media platforms and hopefully your video will be up online. So, sequencing. Why is it so important? Well, it's so important for quite a few different reasons. We know that the best golfers in the world generally tend to follow the same sort of sequence of events in their downswing. We also know that the poorer golfers don't tend to follow this sequence. So it's something that we can sort of say good players do a certain way and maybe some higher handicappers maybe do it a slightly different way. And if we can move those golfers more towards what the better players do, we should see some better results. Good sequencing is good for really the key things in your golf swing. It's good for delivering the golf club on the right path and controlling the club face, which is going to control our direction, but it's also really important for delivering the golf club with efficient speed. Many golfers out there simply don't hit the golf ball far enough to be able to take advantage of their game. You look at the best players in the world, they all bomb that golf ball 300 yards, you know, wedges, 9-irons, 150. It's a much easier game to play if we can add a little bit of speed. So sequencing is really, really good for, as I say, direction, but also maybe adding a little bit of speed into your golf swing. It also links quite nicely into the topic of lag, which I know is really quite popular on YouTube. That video will be searched for quite a bit, I imagine. Lots of golfers out there are trying to really maintain the angle they form between the lead arm and the club shaft. If you are the golfer who struggles to do that and you feel that you release the club too early, it can often be linked back to this, which is the sequence. So what is the correct sequence? Well, we're going to basically split the body into different parts and then we're going to go through what happens. So let me just make a backswing. We're not going to worry too much about how we do that. So I'm just going to take my starting position, don't need a ball for this, and I'm just going to move into my backswing and stop. Okay, so what we're after here is we would like to start the downswing with our legs, okay? Our legs are going to initiate that golf swing even before the golf club has finished its movement. Okay, so if we were to look at a good golf swing in slow motion, as the club is still continuing away from the golf ball slightly, the legs have begun the downswing. Okay, so the legs are starting. How are they starting? Well, they're starting with a few different movements. Okay, it's not just a case of a lateral shift or a rotation. There's lots of things happening at the same time. What I actually want you to try and feel, however, try and simplify this movement, is I want you to feel as if you're starting to push down a little bit through this lead foot. Okay, so what we do not want is we don't want to go to the top and suddenly start to spin out with the legs. That's not what we're after. We want to feel as if we shift a little bit of pressure. Okay, so as you're feeling that you complete the backswing, I want you to feel like you're starting to push a little bit through this lead side. If you can do that, that should start to create a little bit of lateral movement towards the target in the pelvis, and you're probably going to start to find there's a little bit of rotation there as well, which is absolutely fine. So the first thing to start is the legs. Once the legs have started, the second thing to move, or to, I should say, reach its peak speed, is the torso. Okay, so the torso is going to move after the legs. The third thing in that sequence is going to be the arms, and the last thing in that sequence is going to be the hands and the golf club. Okay, so that sequence again is legs, torso, arms and hands, and if we can get that sequence correct, we'll hopefully, as I say, play some better golf. What do we therefore tend to see? Well, often we see the torso move before the legs. Okay, so from a face-on view, we'd get to the top here, complete the backswing, and often the torso here, you can see how that's upper body starting. And what that's really going to do is it's going to do a couple of things. It's probably going to see that golfer move the club and the hands too far out away from them this way. Okay, it's probably also going to mean that they don't get a huge amount of clearance at impact. We don't get huge amounts of rotation in the legs because the downswing was started with the upper body. Okay, so some golfers will fall into that category where you'll feel that the upper body starts first. Okay, so quite simply, if you know what the sequence is, you can just go to the range and maybe do some slower swings initially starting to feel that sequence. So if I was to take a setup here, I'm going to go up to the top and I'm going to feel that as I start, I use my legs, they start, then I allow my torso to move, then my arms are going to move, and then the last thing is going to be the club head. Okay, and you can just go ahead and make a few swings, feeling like you create that good sequence of events. Okay, now once we've initiated with the legs, they don't stop. Okay, they continue. What we're looking at here is the peak speed. Okay, so when the certain body parts reach their maximum velocity, if you like, in terms of rotational speeds. Okay, so the legs will reach their highest speed first, then the torso, then the arms, and then the hands. Okay, right, let me hit a couple of shots for you. I've just got a 6 iron here. Just going to go a little bit up the left hand side of the range. So I'm really going to try and focus on that sequence and see if I can sync it all up quite nicely. Okay, it's a very difficult thing to measure. The 3D systems that are out there, KVS, that kind of thing, they can often give you some good info, but quite difficult to actually measure this. I've been lucky enough to use some 3D systems in the past and get my data on it, and my sequence is pretty good. Okay, that was a slightly better shot than the first one, but really going to help you efficiently deliver the golf club. It's really going to help you create probably some more lag in that golf club, retain those angles a little bit longer, which I know a lot of golfers are sort of desperately out there trying to do. If you are that golfer who's trying to retain those angles, very often just thinking about retaining the angles isn't going to be enough. Good lag in the golf club is a result of lots of things that happen prior to that. Sequencing is one of those big factors. Okay, so go to the range, have a practice. Hopefully that video is a little bit more informative. Hopefully it helps you understand a little bit more about what you're trying to do as the golfer and maybe how you're going to go about doing that. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Any comments you've got on this video or any of the videos, you can post those in the boxes down below. If you did like the video, please click the like button, that really helps me, and please subscribe to my page. It's absolutely free. It just means you'll get an email notification every time I upload a video, and it just means that you won't miss any of the content. Okay, so thanks again for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again next time.